Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you for another episode of the podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our social media pages. That helps us and helps all the bands and artists and music festivals that we feature. Also, check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR, outfitters.com. Don't just wear, RAR. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, it is day 3 of our recap of the Everwild Music Festival in Thornville, Ohio, at the legendary Legend Valley. I guess just call it concert venue, campground, uh, area of entertainment. But my, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, what a day 3. We talked about day 2. Check that out in our other recap. But let's kind of start off the day. So we hung out at Buckeye Lake, which is very close to the festival. Big old lake right in the middle of Ohio, somewhat of a tourist destination. So stopped at a couple places to check that area out before heading to the festival around 4:30 today. Um, the vibes, I mean, let's just talk about that. The festival itself. I'm going to guess, like I said yesterday, about 10 to 15,000 people there. Um, Tents for as long as you could see. Really spaced out nicely. You didn't have to walk very far from the parking to get to the venue. Um, it didn't seem like a very far walk from any of the campgrounds to to the venue as well. Experienced a little bit of that the night before, but the artist village wasn't too far away either. Plenty of vendors, plenty of food options. The lines were never really that long. So it was well organized. The VIP tent was in a nice area. Always provided drinks, waters, and it was a little humid yesterday. I definitely felt like I drank more yesterday. Left with some snacks as well. And then what was really cool about this festival as well is you had the side stage right next to the main stage. So you never had any overlap sets where you had to pick, bands that you had to see, which, that's the worst at a music festival when you want to see bands and you can't because you have to pick between one or the other. So that was a great asset of this festival, and I hope they continue to do that way. And then, like I said, in the artist village, that was just late night. So they had their own space and own artists as well. So really formatted and just how the festival was formatted, definitely well done. So let's talk about the bands and artists that we saw yesterday. That's everybody's like, my God, Chad, let's start talking. So they did adjust the set times yesterday due to the weather. Now I left about 20 minutes left of Little Stranger, so a little after 11 o'clock, and they were calling for rain. I don't know if they got it, but because by the time I got back to my hotel, I'm east of the Vest Festival. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely rained last night. Like I can see puddles in the parking lot. So the amount of rain that they got, we'll find out, I guess, today from camper stories and from posts on social media. But they did move up the set time. So basically, we got to see Aurora Wave, the movement, which man, oh man, God, like the movement really, really, they were amazing. Like they were so good. I wasn't really familiar with them, but definitely gonna have them on my radar. High energy, yeah, just great songs. Great crowd interaction. Yeah, I was very impressed with the movement. I'm sure for most of you that were at that festival, the movement was part of your itinerary to see because there was it was a good crowd for them as well for an earlier set. And then we got to see K Bong and Johnny Cosmic. Again, just great like you could just tell like they're best friends. Like just great, you know, interplay between the two of them, conversations. They were funny. Yeah, just a great set as well. Like keeping the good momentum going from the movement, and really, to set us up for 311. They moved their set up, but they still got an hour and a half set. And like they mentioned that they've been together for 36 years, which I guess that didn't surprise me. But you know, song after song, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's yep, I know that one. I know that one. Like, yeah, just again, and like they have to be like, late 50s, early 60s. I mean, great. I mean, they just moved. I mean, they were like you look like they were still, 30 years old. So well done on that part, just to stay healthy and to, Nick Hexum and the boys. So 311, amazing. Thank you so much. I've that was the second time I've seen them, but it's probably been 20 years since I've seen them. So that was a real treat. So thank you, Everwild, for bringing 311. And then finally, we got the raucous, the rowdy, the funny little stranger. And the best was during their song about buying a house in Hollywood and living in LA. They stopped mid-song and they're like, "All right, so who's there? Who here's from Cleveland? Because obviously we're in Ohio." And so there was a decent amount of people that yelled and hooted and hollered. And so he's like, "Well, what do you think about LeBron going to the Sixers?" It's great. Since Little Stranger's from Philly, I'm from outside of Philly, a huge Sixers fan. I think I was one of the few people that actually hollered when they said about LeBron going to the Sixers. But yeah, Little Stranger got to see, like I said, a little over an hour of their hour and a half set. But yeah, they were great. So overall, um, so much pot, like so much weed, like joints, dabs, like you name it, blunts, bowls, any way you could smoke weed. Like people, like it was crazy. Like there was so much weed. Um, lots of yeah, lots of other options as well as I found out personally. But yeah, man, just wow, just a lot of weed. But overall, Tropidelic, like, well done. Like this since 2021, this festival has been going on, so 5 years. And man, I mean, if you can continue this momentum and keep it at this venue, the vibes are high, as well as most everybody there. But yeah, great festival. There's really nothing that I would say that I would change. The it seemed like the venue or the vendors did well. Of course, the food and drink vendors did well, but it seemed like people were buying and like it was a good time. So thank you so much, Everwild. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Met a lot of you and so many friendly faces from places farther away from me. I traveled about 5.5 hours to get here. Left Friday morning, gonna leave here after finishing this episode. Thank you, Hampton Inn, Cambridge, or no, not Cambridge. What town are we in? I don't care. Uh, Hampton Inn, yeah, as always, great accommodations. And again, yeah, thank you all so much for listening and watching. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our social media pages. That helps us, helps the bands, artists, and music festivals that we feature. Also, check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR, outfitters.com. Don't just wear, roar. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Dog. You've been great. This is the Music Lab Podcast.